The Sumerian king list cites Eridu as the city of the first kings, stating, after the kingship descended from heaven, the kingship was in Eridu, and the city was revered by the various city-states of Mesopotamia as a metropolis of a golden age. In Sumerian, it was known as Nunki, meaning the mighty city, a name later transferred to the mighty city of Babylon. It was built on an island of slightly higher land situated among the low-lying marshlands at the mouth of the river Euphrates near Basra in modern-day Iraq. The first two successive rulers, Alilim and Alalnga, are counted as ruling from this first city called Eridu. Following this, the king list records that rulership moved to a new city, called Badtibera, from which the next three successive kings ruled. The final three kings each ruled from different locations again, the cities Larak, Sippar, and Surupak respectively. The first city, Eridu, is intriguing, though, because this site has been positively identified. Tel Abu Shahrain, in southeastern Mesopotamia, near the Persian Gulf, has long been recognized as this earliest city, and identified through various inscriptions as ancient Eridu. Traditional dating puts the establishment of this site somewhere around the 5th millennium BCE, although see the following article for objective difficulties with such early dating methods. Nevertheless, the extreme antiquity of the site is clear, not least from its sorely degraded ruins, its construction on untouched, virgin sands, and its fit with inscriptional references as the first city. But the Sumerians were not the only authors to identify a first city. The Bible does too. Genesis 4 follows the account of the fall of man and his expulsion from the Garden of Eden. After the kingship descended from heaven, the kingship was in Eridu. The first part of the chapter describes the birth of Cain and Abel, the former's murder of the latter, and the banishment of Cain's family eastward from Eden, to the land of Nod, Nod meaning wandering. There are two primary theories about the location of Eden, one, in or around the region of Iran, another, in or around modern-day Israel. The latter identification would certainly fit with the emergence of man's earliest cities from eastern Mesopotamia, such as Eridu, and the general identification of Saudi Arabia as the great land of wandering, all east of Eden. The biblical account proceeds, and Cain went out from the presence of the Lord, and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived, and bore Enoch, and he built a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. And unto Enoch was born Irad. This is the first city, described as being constructed in the Bible, a logical fit with our aforementioned Eridu. Eridu is actually a good fit with the name of Enoch's son, Irad. That's because besides the uncanny parallel between the names Irad and Eridu, in the context of a first city, there is also a potential connection of the city with the name Enoch. This is with the patron god of the city, Enki. Enki is one of the original primordial gods of the ancient world, worshipped throughout ensuing centuries in Mesopotamia. He continued to be deified in the later Greek world as the equivalent god Poseidon. But Enki's worship actually began at Eridu. Eridu was the original home of this god, the original city dedicated to his name, in a religious sense, to his worship. There's another interesting angle relating to this city, Eridu, as the original site of Babel, and that a massive ziggurat, a large, wide Mesopotamian terrace temple tower, found at the site is none other than remains of the infamous Tower of Babel itself.